Hey guys, it is a Smoky Mountain kind of day with special thanks to the USPS for the extra care they showed this package. I'm hoping nothing fell out of this box. I don't think this is big enough for anything to fall out, but who knows? So we're gonna have to check everything out. But here we are, Smoky Mountain Knife Works for September. I don't have any cool knives with me, but I got this little Gerber opener thingy. So in a previous video I had mentioned an update about BattleBox, and I think I confused everybody because they thought I meant that I was going to give the update in that video, which was never my intention. Haha. But here's the update. A viewer, just like this box is brought to us by a viewer, Jason, a viewer wants me to continue doing BattleBox, so he has very graciously decided that he's going to have his subscription sent to me to do the unboxing of, and then I will send it on to him after I do the unboxing. So BattleBox, I'm not paying BattleBox another single cent of my money, but BattleBox will continue thanks to Steve. You'll hear more about Steve as it comes. So here we have the Smoky Mountain Knife Works for September 2020. We're going to, I'm going to actually check the contents of this live. Normally, like I do it slowly and I get everything, right on the desk. But because the box was kind of opened up and messed up, I want like proof of what's in this box in case Jason needs to take it up with either the U.S. Postal Service or Smoky Mountain. So in Smoky Mountain, you've got three different levels. You've got the GI box, you've got the Officers Club, and then you've got the Generals box. And just like many other subscriptions, they build off of each other, right? So if you get the Generals box, you get everything that's in the other two boxes as well. So that's what we're unboxing here today. Now this is a Knife Guys box, or you're not going to find a whole lot of gear that is not knives, honestly, in this box. So if you're into this subscription that's like got knives and gear and tactical stuff, this one's not for you. It's not. Keep moving. But let's run through this real quick so that we can make sure there's nothing missing from this box before I get it all going because of this hole. All right. So as I say, of course, the first thing on the list is not a knife. Let's see. So we've got the True Spec wire stuff. Cool. We've got the 5-star gear 2-in-1. Well, this is very interesting because this is actually an issue. Well, we'll get to it. Okay, I just want, again, making sure everything's in there. Marbles American Hickory small axe. Got it. The Boker Defender. Got something by Boker in here. It's the Boker Defender. Okay. It's Boker Plus. It's not a Boker. It's a little bit different, but whatever. Rough Rider. Blue Muskrat. Or Blue Mule. It's a Rough Rider, so we're okay. We're good. Kershaw Static Copper. So here is a Kershaw Static Copper. CRKT CEO. The exclusive Victorinox Happy Halloween. And then the big ticket item in this, the Benchmade Mini Bug Out. Okay, so we've got everything that's supposed to be in the box. That's really what I wanted to make sure of, because this is not a very big hole, but it is certainly big enough for a couple items to, one or two of these items to have slipped out of or been removed by unscrupulous people. And then the normal assortment of candy and stuff. You've got a CRKT window sticker. And that looks to be it. So to start off, the first item in the GI box, we've got the 5-star. There seems to be a lot of this 5-star stuff in here. Gear twist ties. Now, I've gotten this in Shit Hits the Fan box before, and it is useful. It does some stuff. It's cool, but it is not like, this is not, I guess we're like, in the Smoky Mountain Knife Works box, you want just a box full of cool knives. And this does have some uses, and I've used it, don't get me wrong. I've made a makeshift cell phone holder in the car with this. I've rigged up a DVD player like back in the day, when people had the folding DVD players, in the car. I've even rigged up a tablet holder on the back of a headrest for the boys out of stuff like, not this specific, but similar stuff. This is $2.99 from Smoky Mountain. It's worth having. It's not a bad product. It actually is pretty cool. It's got wire in there, and you can bend it and do all sorts of stuff. It's not the kind of thing I would expect in a Smoky Mountain Knife Works box though. You know what I mean? Like, it's just interesting. I wonder, did they just have a whole lot of this? Like, what the hell? You can also, if you wanted to, you can strip this, and you can use the wire inside to really get a tight twist on stuff that you're putting together, if you want. And it actually snips pretty easily. You don't need special tools. And Jason, I hope you're okay with this. He usually lets me demonstrate stuff. You don't need like a big strong tool to do this. You know what I mean? Like, you can do it with regular scissors, and you'll see there's like no damage. These are just scissors I have laying around, actually. No damage to the scissors. The wire itself is just some thin armature wire. So it's not a bad product. It's just like, what are we doing in Smoky Mountain? Like, is this just, again, they had a bunch of this lying around extra and they put it in? I don't know. I'm gonna throw this and don't like it, because it's just, while it is a useful product, like, this is not what I like right away. Not what we're getting Smoky Mountain for, is it? I don't think. So that can go right there. All right. Next, 5-star once again. Gear 2-in-1 knife saw. Now, this is interesting because this is actually something very similar to this anyway, is actually issued in survival kits and the new individual first aid kits. It doesn't look exactly like this, but I was actually thinking of, I got an opportunity to get my hands on a bunch and just give them to my Patreon guys, because I'm supposed to be just giving them stuff, from time to time. It's not going to last you forever. No, this is a little bit different than the issued one. Has a different blade on it. These things, they come in the survival kits and the first aid kits because they are a little bit useful. You know what I mean? They're very simple. This one, $2.99 from Smoky Mountain, is actually, a fair price for these things. I'll give you a close-up. So the actual issued ones have a little nail nick to get in there. The razor blade is, well, it's a little bit tighter too. It doesn't flop around as much. It's a slightly thinner blade, so you got about that much to work with. Similar to the saw blade there. The saw blade is actually a fairly effective small saw blade. These things are actually, you can buy them in bulk too on Amazon, and they're not bad to just throw around in all sorts of glove compartments, tackle boxes, packs, and things like that. Wow. This one, you gotta be kidding me. The issued ones are literally razor sharp. They're like scalpel edges. Are you seeing this? That's not good. That's not good at all. I don't have, this is not, that's sad. That's like not even sharp, really. That, I mean, it's supposed to be a razor, like a scalpel edge almost. And this one, no, this one could be sharpened to that, but right off the, right out of the package, this is sad, very sad. I wouldn't spend money on this. I would get one of the ones you can get off of Amazon. The ones off of Amazon are a little bit more expensive, but obviously higher quality. But this saw is pretty good for small tasks. I wouldn't want to saw down a whole tree branch with it, but there it is, and you've got your little 2-inch ruler on there. I'm gonna put that in meh, because I don't know. See, I'm struggling because I know the value that these things have when they're done right. This one obviously is not done right. So I don't know. It just, I'll put it in don't like it, actually. And here's my train of thought on that. If you hadn't tested it out, if you had just bought it thinking like, here, I'm going to be prepared, I'm going to put this in a kit, in a pack, and then you find out that knife blade isn't going to cut through hot butter, it's one thing to say, oh, we can work on the blade, oh, we can sharpen, oh, we can do this. But what if you did buy this and you threw it in a survival kit or something, and then you had to use it, and you're like, oh great, now in the moment when I need it, I've got to work on the edge. That's not cool. So that's going to go in don't like it. Next, we got the Marbles American History, not American History, but the American Hickory, the American Hickory small axe. Now, stuff that's made by Marbles, I've said before, is always really good quality. It has a nice big El Salvador sticker. So, you know, I mean, I think primarily so you know it's not made in China. All this stuff is actually really well, a lot of it is, anyway, hand-forged out of really good quality steel. This is 1045 high-carbon steel. This is, as hatchets come, pretty well done. I mean, you can sharpen a little bit more, but remember, your cutting power in an axe isn't a razor-sharp, very fine edge that's likely to chip as you're going through the work. It's this very convex shape and the power of the axe. And this has nice weight to it. It's comfortable. You could probably do, you know, if you did sharpen it up a little bit more, you could probably do some finer work with it, skinning and such. Again, convex edge is very good for slicing and cutting and doing all that because it's very low resistance. But you can, I mean, it's very comfortable to choke all the way up on this thing, get some control of the head there, do some finer cuts, and then lower down for some power swinging. This is actually a nice little hatchet to have. And again, Marbles always makes good stuff. There have been a couple things by Marbles I haven't liked. I haven't liked the old, you know, they had the issued military way back. They had like a, I forgot what box we got it in, a very cheaply done Marbles military knife, you know, little pocket knife thing. But that was just because it was cheaply put together. This kind of stuff, their big fixed blades and everything, are very high quality. So I'm going to put this in like it, right there. Next, we've got the Boker TK118. It would be so much better if it was the TK421. But the TK118 BP Defender. Now, I have a video talking about Bokers. Boker is an amazing brand. But you also do want to be careful because there's Boker Magnum, and there's Boker Plus. They're all owned by Boker, so they're all technically real Boker knives. But the Boker Magnum and Boker Plus are lower, I don't want to say lower quality, but they're not as high end. Like an actual Boker knife is a very high end kind of thing. Boker Plus and Boker Magnum are product lines for people to have the Boker name without spending the money. A Boker Plus is not the same as getting a Boker, and a Boker Magnum is not the same as getting a Boker. So here with this, it is a Boker Plus. It's a 440C stainless blade, and you know what? There's nothing wrong with 440C if it's done correctly. I think I forgot to mention the MSRP on this is $19.99, which is pretty nice for this. Yeah, see, this is like a Boker, a real Boker. It has a, I'll be honest, it has a little bit of a gas station knife kind of feel. Smoky Mountain's price is $12.99. I can't imagine when I would ever carry this or why. It does have some pretty aggressive serrations on a semi-serrated edge, but you know, it's got looks like nylon washers in there. I mean, not the highest quality stuff. I'm not saying it's crap quality either, because it will probably last you a while. They don't put out complete junk, but not the highest quality in the Boker Plus or the Boker Magnum lines. You do get 4-way clip versatility, which is actually pretty cool. So left or right, tip up, tip down carry in a very sturdy clip, not deep carry, but you know, you don't feel it in your hand very much here. And it does have some rubber inlays to give you some nice grip. It's not at all the kind of knife I would carry around, though. It's just really not. You've got some actually pretty good jimping up on the spine here, although getting past this, you know, semi-hilt design here, it's not the most comfortable thing. I can't imagine actually using this knife for anything, although it's finished nicely. It's just, you know, want to make sure we don't get those serrations involved. It's out of the package, sharp and good to go. You know, you might want to take it apart give it a good scrub down and a good oiling to get it a little looser and a little easier to use. Did notice though that centering is perfect, right? And yeah, no, that's not going to happen. You've got decent lockup. I think it's going to be a little hard to see here. It is a thin liner lock. Centering has not moved. You know, it's another, I hate to consider it a throwaway, but you know, you toolbox, tackle box, glove compartment. I think they went a little bit too much for the looks cool, you know, point on this, and not enough on the usefulness. Although having this actual semi-hilt here does mean that you can anchor it down pretty well. It prevents your hands from slipping, but that's been a big problem with me with a lot of knives anyway. But I'm gonna put this one in meh. It's meh. It's decent quality. It's okay, but it's meh. Handle is all aluminum, by the way. Meh. And then finally, the Rough Rider Blue G10 Muskrat. And we have it in a box that says Blue Mule. Now, Rough Riders we've been looking at. Actually, this is pretty nice. Trapper style knife. Nicely done blue G10. Half stops, slip joint. Standard kind of, you know, knife in this Rough Rider family. I think having a collection would be kind of nice of all the Rough Riders that they've sent out. But oddly enough, you have basically two identical blades here. Usually they give you like a clip point and a drop point. But it's still, you know what, like if you're rounding out your collection, this is a nice piece. It's got some oil. Let me get that oil off. 440A stainless steel blades, so it is what it is. Not one, and not bad. This one's done just a little bit finer than this one, but sometimes we get these that really need work out of the box, so that's not bad. Just carrying around as a little whittler or, you know, utility knife. Not bad. And you know what? Like I said, collectability. So I'm going to actually put this one, and I like it. And this is more relative to the other stuff we've gotten so far than anything else. But price on this is $9.99. Yeah, not bad for the price and all. It'll do. So that's the whole GI box, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. We've got 2 that just fit and don't like it. A meh, and 2 and like it. I recognize it's hard to do these boxes. People have asked, why don't you put together your own boxes? My answer is always the same, because it's hard. But I recognize that it is hard to do these boxes, but I feel like a lot of the excitement and a lot of the quality, you know, over this summer has just gone down quite a bit. So let's go into the Officers Club box now, moving up. The Smoky Mountain Knife Works exclusive Kershaw Static in copper. Now, let's see. Now, copper is really cool because, well, if you've ever seen an old penny or the Statue of Liberty, you know that it tends to age in a very certain way and get a patina. When, you know, you get a very worn look just from the corrosion and oxidation of your copper, we call it a patina, you can also experience something called dezinkification, which can lead to all different looks. Now, copper is also just a cool looking material to make a knife handle out of. So this is, you know, a small, lightweight cleaver style blade, which is still kind of a big thing right now. People really like it. Very nice action. And it's, you know, one of the new stylish Kershaw's. They've really come out with some cool new designs. Clip is left or right, tip up only. Deep carry clip comes standard, and it's a very pliable clip. So that's good, but you also want to be careful. This clip can be bent out of shape pretty easily. But this is also a nice little EDC shaped and size knife. You've got some decent jimping up on the spine. You've got almost a choil, a little bit of a choil right there. It fits pretty nice. You've got a D2 blade, which is interesting to put with copper because they both do tend to corrode when exposed to, oxidation and humid, moist air and stuff, which is interesting. But cuts beautifully, though. I mean, the edge is very finely done. This is gorgeous, and what's really cool is that as you're handling it and using it, these raised surfaces, they'll take on a whole different patina in a different time frame than the recessed edges. It'll look really, really nice. So this is pretty cool. Now this, though, has a Smoky Mountain price of $64.99, probably because it's exclusive, probably because it's all in copper. But I think as a collection piece, totally worth it, and it's one that I would carry around. Just because it's so, I don't know, feels good. It's very small, but it feels good. It's got a nice fine cutting edge, and for an all metal material knife, relatively lightweight and great action. So we're gonna put this one in like it. This is one I might actually go pick up from Smoky Mountain myself. That's pretty good. Next in the Officers Club box, we've got the CRKT CEO. Now this has an interesting handle going on here. It looks and sort of has the feel of some sort of pattern material, but I'm pretty sure it's plastic. I'm pretty sure it's a, glass reinforced nylon or something like that. Deep carry clip, tip down only. Interesting there. Nice edge, very katana-like. This would be a very nice and less expensive gentleman's carry option. Although, wow, that lock is terrible. That is not at all comfortable to get your thumb in, because if you take a look, you've got these edges from where the thumb stud sits in. And now maybe it's just me with fat thumbs, but now it's accessible, but I don't like feeling like I have to scrape my thumb through those little ridges to get there first. But great action, great feel, nice, small, and slim. $39.99 for 8 CR13 steel, which is not a bad steel, but it's $40 for this. Now it does have IKBS in it, so that lock is killing me. The action on it is great. It opens like it's like a spring assist. It's got skeletonized liners in there to help keep weight down. Not that you have a lot of weight on this. It's a really nicely done knife. That lock is killing me. Like, I feel it on my thumbs. On my thumb, anyway. It just is not comfortable. I feel like they should have given you a little bit better access. But you can't argue with the action on this thing. When you take it out and use it, that thing's ready to go. And out of the box, sharp, ready to carry. That's really interesting there. It's only a 3.1 inch blade. I think it looks longer because it's so slim, length compared to height there. But that's going to keep it legal in most places too. The action on that is amazing, though. That's really cool. I'm going to put this one in man, though. I feel like this would be a GI box item. It should be in the lower box. There's nothing that special about it that would, I think put it in the Officers Club box, especially when you're going to follow up an exclusive, Smoky Mountain edition knife with just a generic run off the CRKT line. And it's a nice knife. Again, I'm not saying it's just, I don't like the way the lock is, and lack of positioning with the clip and everything, and I'm going to have to put it in man. And finally, in the Officers Club, we've got the little Victorinox Happy Halloween. I'm not going to open. I'm going to leave this for Jason. It's, if you've ever seen the standard little keychain Victorinox, you know what you're getting. It's another exclusive for Smoky Mountain, $16.99. You know, that's kind of cool. This has some collectability factor to it, and when is a Victorinox ever bad? So this, you know, I'm gonna put this in like it. You know, the fact that it's an exclusive, you can only get it at Smoky Mountain. It's a holiday special. It's a good thing to have, and you know, yeah. I'm gonna leave that for him. So that leaves us only one item, and that is the Benchmade mini bug out from the 5-star box. So this is like the big ticket item. This has a Smoky Mountain price of $136. I don't know if there's anything. Let's see. I don't think that there's. I don't think that there's anything, you know, special or, you know, makes it exclusive. It is tiny. I like the bug out when we got to see it before. White FRN scales, S30V blade with black DLC coating. I was a naysayer of the original bug out. I just didn't think that there was, you know, much of a need for it in the lineup until I got to see it in the Smoky Mountain box. And I wonder if Jason's actually EDCing that now and carrying it. I like the small deep carry clip. Let's see. Axis lock is good to go. Some of them you need to break in a little, some of them you don't. Interesting color choice with the white and black. You can easily dye these with RIT dye to any color you want, being white, you know, which is cool, or Cerakote them or Duracoat them or whatever else. I'm not a fan of the mini anything. I don't like the mini Griptilians. I don't like the mini bug outs. I don't like the mini, can't think of the name right now, the other one that you can get on the Benchmade builder, not the Crooked River. I just Barrage, the mini Barrage. I don't like them. I like the full size ones, but especially, you know, for the price that they charge for the minis, I like, you might as well just step up and get the full size. But the bug out is very light and very slim, and this is a nice one as it goes, I guess. Benchmade's DLC coating it's not a Cerakote, it's something else entirely, because they also offer knives with Cerakote. It's fairly non-reflective, you know, compare it to just the regular paint kind of coat on the hardware and the clip. But that's nice. That's nice to have, you know, as a small, lightweight EDC for times when you're not going to want, you know, a larger knife in your pocket, whether you're limited by pocket size or other requirements or whatever. Nice to have, and customizable, that it comes all in white. You can do all sorts of stuff with it, so I'll put this one in like it. So that is the Smoky Mountain Army care package for September. I'm, you know, I've been a little disappointed in some of them. This stuff, I'm really sad to see this in the box. These are okay in there, you know, they have their uses. Not my style. Wouldn't carry them. Might have some trade value or just nice to add to your collection. But I think the good items, the like it items, these are all things that I would probably put in my pocket. Well, I wouldn't put this in my pocket. I might try. We'll see what happens. But all things that I would carry around, that I would actually use, that I would get good use out of. And if you look at the price of the box overall, I think that, you know, the box pays for itself right here. And then you've got these other good items. And then this is just kind of extra anyway. If you look in terms of the price of the box, what you're paying for the box. So, I'd be very happy with these two knives, the Benchmade and the Kershaw. I'd be very happy getting them, and then adding these other ones to the like it pile and saying cool deal. I've got some but you know what? I could probably do something with them, and then I've got just the, you know, and again, this will have uses. I don't feel like it's a Smoky Mountain knife box, you know, kind of thing. And this is just sad. This you can't package something that needs the edge totally done before you actually cut anything. That's just crappy. But there we go. Another big thanks to Jason for making this possible. So what do you guys think of this box? Is it better than last month? I feel like it's a little improvement over last month. I really, you know, again, the things I like, really like. The things that I'm mad, I'm very mad. And the things I don't like, I just really don't like. But I would now like to hear your thoughts. What do you guys think of this box? I think for knife people, for guys that just want knives, and that's what they're into, this is still probably one of the best subscriptions out there. I am going to start checking out some other boxes, you know, now that we've got some extra money, that I have some extra money to play with on the channel. But I'm not going to buy this one myself because Jason is cool enough to let me unbox it for him and take a look. So I think I might go back to survival boxes. I think I've heard that they've started up their gear only box again, and I kind of like that when it was going. So, you know, for a while anyway. So I'll check that out. So in the meantime, remember, you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.